be super early in the polls because I know Dubby has a large community behind him, and as he takes the kickoff here to start the first half, down at the 27-yard line, and that is where Dubby will start his opening drive.
You saw him bobbing his head, getting animated, getting excited to start the game. We asked him before the tournament, we said, Dubby, what's in those headphones? He says he's a Drake guy, so he's got Drake bumping in the headphones.
He does have Drake, but hey, let's not forget, he did tell us he had Meek. And if you Philly guys know, Dubby was listening to Meek. He was listening to Meek, and he said he was taking too many L's. He was taking too many L's listening to Meek, so he switched it over to Drake. And what do you know? He's a Madden Bowl champion. So let's see how that works out for him in this one. Drake probably in the headphones for this one.
Another L for Meek at the hands of Drake.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I hate to call him out there, but you know that was Dubby's words, not mine. So a nice little completion of about 5 yards for Dubby there. 2nd and 5 here out of the gun. Dubby, as we said, really enjoyed his draft, really liked the playbook. Or sorry, he didn't quite love the playbook he got getting the Los Angeles Rams playbook, but he did get a pretty good roster. And I think he feels very confident going into a game against Skimbo, a guy that he feels like he got the best of, which he factually did in the Madden Bowl as he picks up this first down.
Picked it up on the ground too, AJ. We talked about he needs to mix it up. I'm happy to see him running the ball early, and he has holes opening it up. Some people think Skimbo doesn't have the greatest run defense, and Dubby looking to exploit that early on, and that's what I wanted to see coming into this game. 80% passing is just too much for my taste, and that's the rate Dubby was throwing at before, and I don't know if he can get through this tournament at that rate, AJ.
One thing we know, Skimbo's going to be sending pressure frequently. There it is from the right side. And Dubby brought down at the 43-yard line. That is the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 6 here.
An interesting point I got from Skimbo going into this game is he said he is not going to give up the big play to Dubby. He's really going to make him work deep down the field, pick up little
Look
chunks.
At that dot.
He said he was going to make Dubby pick up little chunks at a time. You see Dubby celebrating right there. And he was doing a good job of it until Dubby just hit him for about a 20-yard gain deep downfield.
Skimbo looking very serious right there, but we know these guys are friends off the field. I call them frenemies.
Definitely frenemies.
They're definitely frenemies, especially when Madden's concerned. Skimbo says he won't even practice. He won't even lab with Dubby anymore after that Madden Bowl loss.
And it's very smart. He said he's saving, wait for this play. He said he's saving everything for this moment. It's all come down to this moment. He didn't want to give Dubby any looks at his game plan to make him feel more comfortable for when he plays Skimbo. So Skimbo put all his eggs in one basket for this game and avoid playing his friend just for this moment.
Skimbo trying to keep the upper hand, blowing a lead late in that ball game. And a fumble here by Dubby. Who's going to pick it up? It looks like Dubby will maintain the possession. 2nd and 13 though. Skimbo, I know that face from Skimbo. He knows he was close to getting that one. He wants it. It's only a matter of time before he gets animated over there.
Dubby usually likes the gun-wide trips formation. Didn't get it in the playbook that he drafted in Draft Champions. Instead is running the bunch formation, which is the formation that's pretty much been made famous by Skimbo. So Dubby taking a page out of Skimbo's playbook and going to the very popular gun bunch formation.
Skimbo said he took 3 safeties. He wanted 3 safeties. He took 3. He's got some absolute demolishing hitters out there, Landon Collins being one of them, and he plans to cause a couple fumbles in this ball game.
Watch Moss.
Up top to Randy Moss, and RG, good call on that one, but it is not caught as Randy Moss can't hang on to it in a rare occasion there. 4th and 6 now. Dubby's going to take the field goal. Walk away with 3 points.
Yeah, for those that are new watching at home, a very popular play that we'll see all throughout this tournament when they get to the red zone is that verticals played out a bunch where they motion that flanker wide receiver. He runs a delay wheel route, and they try to high pass it to him in that back corner of the end zone. We've seen it several times already today. Dubby went to it right there on the 3rd down. Wasn't able to get it, though.
So the return here on the kickoff brought out to the 24-yard line by Skimbo. Dubby with the early 3-0 lead. After his first possession is halted there. That was close to a touchdown to Randy Moss. In double coverage, it's always more difficult, RG. Madden 17 versus Madden 16. We saw a lot of aggressive catches in Madden 16, but these guys know how to stop it in Madden 17. Throw over the middle to Sanu, who picks up a first down before he...
Good throw by Skimbo. He told me coming into this game on the offensive side of the ball, he's willing to take his 4 or 5 yards every time. He felt one of the problems against Dubby in Madden Ball is he went to the shot plays a little bit too often. He said Dubby was giving me everything underneath, and that's what I'm going to try to take. I like that camera shot right there, AJ, showing us the stick work cam. How about that? I'm feeling it. Get to see how fast these guys are making the adjustments. Hey, as us gamers, we might not be too fast in real life, but our fingers can move fast as heck, eh?
You guys had a little bit of a flag football game with some of these players, and I heard it got pretty competitive there as Skimbo picks up a first down on the out route. We saw that same play by Boogs in that last game against...
In the flag football game, me, Dubby, and Skimbo were all actually on the same team. Skimbo, Dubby was at quarterback, airing it out, throwing some dots. Me and Skimbo made some plays for him. Fun times.
Got some athletes there. Skimbo, we know, was a college athlete. He actually played tennis and baseball. As the attempt there to throw it away is good. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 here for Skimbo on the 48-yard line.
Mike Skimbo, 25 years old, out of Claremore, Oklahoma, representing there. And we got Dubby, real name Chris McFarland, 29 years old, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That is Colt McCoy throwing over the middle, a complete pass. If you guys are just joining us, Group A action has concluded here in the Madden Challenge. Beast Mode Mac and Schemin' both move on. Boogs and Hashugs do not. They will go home. Right now we're on to Group B action. Dubby versus Skimbo in this marquee Group B matchup right here. Skimbo falling down behind early 3-0 as Dubby took the early lead, but Skimbo marching down right now. He's got Colt McCoy, that campus hero Colt McCoy.
Good throw.
Sanu is open, but he cannot hang on to the football, RG. That is tough. Skimbo is very frustrated about that.
Wide open pass to Mohamed Sanu, and he drops it. If you're Skimbo, you're extremely frustrated. That's a blatant play that'll cause Madden rage, but you need to put it behind you, realize that breaks will go both ways throughout this game, and you need to just continue to move the ball up the field. And if anyone's built to do that, it is Skimbo. Remember, AJ, this is the only guy that, dating back to last year in our live Madden championship events, he's the only one that's qualified for every event up until this point. So that's a very exclusive club to be a part of.
The 91 overall NFL playoff edition, Tevin Coleman with the grab right there to pick up the first down for Skimbo. Colt McCoy back to pass, throws to Virgil Green. Green fights his way for 7 yards on that one. RG, we're gonna see some Colt McCoy in this Madden Challenge. We've, if you guys are new to Madden Ultimate Team, we have special editions of these players. Campus Hero version is more representative of their college performances, and that one for Colt McCoy. A lot of guys like this player item. Why is that?
Well, he has a little bit of everything. He's not great at anything, but he's not bad at anything. He has enough speed to get it done. You can move outside the pocket a little bit with him, and his arm isn't terrible. He can make a short throw, a medium throw, and he can also throw the deep ball if he has to.
So we are used to seeing number 12 for the Patriots throw touchdowns. This time,
he's pointing at him.
It's Colt McCoy and Sanu over the middle for the score.
So he went to the post route over the middle, threw a dot, and then immediately stood up and started pointing at Dubby and started capping at him. The frenemies are getting into it, eh?
Talk a lot about these guys capping. That is sort of the Madden lingo for talking trash, and these guys, both of them will do it. Skimbo's a little more subdued early on, but as this game goes on, I'm sure he will stand up, just like he did right there on the touchdown. Pointing at his boy Dubby. Dubby takes it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I'm looking at Skimbo's body language. He's getting pumped up, and rightfully so. He's been waiting months for this game, and when you sit on a game and it's that big to you, you got to make sure you leave it all out on the field, all out on the virtual gridiron, and that's what it looks like Skimbo's doing right now. Let's see if he can keep it up. Room to run. It's like Dubby listened to our keys to the game and said, I'm going to implement this into the game plan, because we see him going to the ground early, and he's having a lot of success with it. I've seen some really big holes, and Skimbo looking susceptible to that run game.
These guys have known for well over a week that they would be playing in this first group stage for the Madden Challenge after the live group draw.
Yeah, and he's just...
Of course, they probably texted each other after that. He's pounding the rock, RC.
Yeah, he's
doing a
5
good
rushes
job.
for 40 yards, but something I need to call out, AJ, is this isn't a running back he drafted. This is part of the base team running back that you get by default. Ideally, you want to draft a running back in draft champions. What this means is that C.J. Anderson is likely to fumble the ball if Skimbo's able to land some big hits on him. So if you're Dubby, you go to the ground, make sure you keep getting these yards, but you also need to make sure you protect your running back. And the best way to do that, if you're new to Madden, once again, if you hold that RB button and wait for him to get to that cover-up ball animation, that will prevent the running back from fumbling. Not enough players use that mechanic, even on a high level, AJ, and I expect to see Dubby to do that today.
Yeah, some of these guys take risks and they don't cover up the football, because you do lose a little bit of speed when the guy covers up the football with that right bumper. But it is critical when you don't get your running back, and Dubby was very frustrated, visually frustrated after he got out of that draft and didn't get a running back that he wanted. So he's stuck with a base C.J. Anderson, which is definitely manageable, but for a guy like Dubby, who did run the ball very well in the Madden Bowl, we will see how he adapts to that. He has the wide receiving core. Let's see if he can do it on the ground. Randy Moss lined up wide left. He's got Brandon Cooks on the right side. The prolific Raiders quarterback, Derek Carr, under center, rolling right. He's got a man open. Playmaker, he decides to hang on to it and slide with Carr after picking up the first down.
Everybody getting their cardio on that play. You had the wide receiver readjusting his route, the DB running with him, and Derek Carr on his horse to pick up the first down. That was the right decision by Dubby, though. Read Skimbo's user defender perfectly, and when he broke to go play the receiver, that's when he took off with Derek Carr. Good read, good stick work, and good decision making right there by Dubby, our defending champion.
Back in the gun, Brandon Cooks. Motioned out right on the delayed slant. Derek Carr throws this one out of bounds as the pressure comes through.
And if I'm Skimbo, you see he's calling a corner strike defense where sometimes he sends those corners, sometimes he mans them up to play coverage, like Beast Mode Max said in his tip out to the fans. The one thing that concerns me if I'm Skimbo is Dubby is doing a great job of picking up the pressure. He has all day back there as he sits to pass, and he's been able to go through his progressions one at a time and make good reads. But finally, Skimbo gets him in an awkward situation, and 3rd and 9. This is going to be a big one.
Derek Carr, C.J. Anderson in the backfield. See that Randy Moss lined up out left. Keep an eye on him. Brandon Cooks in motion. 8 seconds on the play clock. 1:24 here in the second quarter. Dubby has dominated the time of possession, but it might end right here as he is forced to look at a 4th and 9. Dubby's going to call a timeout.
That was great defense by Michael Skimbo. He had everything locked up on the left side with his AI defenders. He had pressure coming off of the right edge to force Dubby into a quick throw. And when he went underneath, Skimbo was there lurking with his user defender, almost making an interception. And now Dubby's got himself in a big 4th and 9. Skimbo could get all types of momentum here.
Dubby on his heels right now. 4th and 9, down 7-3. Second quarter here late. Cooks motioned out right. Looking for him. He has his man for a first down. Big first down there by Dubby.
He's got ice in his veins, and he has a lot to play for. We talked about Skimbo being a part of the exclusive club of the only player that's qualified for all our live events dating back to last year. Dubby's trying to, he's on his horse. He's on his horse. Dubby's trying to be a part of his own exclusive club and be our first competitor to ever win back-to-back live events. He won the Madden Bowl, and now he has a chance to do that here at the Madden Challenge. But one step at a time, he needs to get by Skimbo first.
You bring up an interesting point, as Skimbo has made all of our live events dating back to last year, but he's never won one of them. And I think he would trade with Dubby in that regard. Dubby's only made 2. This is his second one, but he won the Madden Bowl as he runs this one in with C.J. Anderson for the touchdown.
Yeah, and what happened to Skimbo's run defense? We said it was suspect in group play, and it's looking a little bit suspect here to start off the Madden Challenge, as Dubby is having a tremendous amount of success as he keeps this ball on the ground. Even with the gold C.J. Anderson. Imagine if he had drafted an elite back. Skimbo might be in trouble. And it's funny you say that about Skimbo being willing to switch places with Dubby, because one of our notes that we have down on Skimbo is he feels there's a lot of questions arising about if he can actually win the big one or not. He's come so close so many times, but has constantly fallen short. And for a player of his caliber, anything less than championship is a loss for him. A lot of people are happy if they make a Final Four or a final or walk away with $10,000 or $20,000. Skimbo will not be happy leaving this event unless he walks away with the championship. You have to remember, AJ, he's already qualified for the Madden Championship. He wants the glory of being the Madden Challenge champion.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants a belt more than Skimbo right now, as he motions Darrelle Pryor out left. Pryor on the delayed slant. Playmakers, throws, Johnson with the grab. And he's brought down at the 32.
Right there, if you look on the replay, Skimbo does a great job to get himself out of the pocket, buy himself more time, and give that deep route across the middle time to develop so he can get it open. Had he stand in the pocket, he might not have had the time to let that route develop. So great pocket awareness to roll out by Skimbo and make something happen.
Colt McCoy back to pass, throws left. Virgil Green with another grab there. First down, Skimbo. Skimbo fighting back very quickly. Very few players have the offense that Skimbo has had. He's come so close, most notably losing in the semifinals to Dubby of the Madden Bowl. And then last year in the Madden Challenge, losing to Serious Mo in the final.
Yeah, he's running out of time right here. You see, he only has 17 seconds right now. If you're Skimbo, the most important thing is to make sure you get 3 points on this drive. You cannot force a turnover. Best case scenario, you go into the second half up 4 points. Worst case scenario, it should be a tie ball game. But under no circumstances in this situation, AJ, can you allow a turnover. So look, a sack wouldn't be good either, because if you see, AJ, he doesn't have any timeouts as well.
And only 11 seconds here.
If he passes here, he cannot take a sack or he will miss out on the 3 points.
McCoy, plenty of time, throws to the right side. Can't hang on to it. He is 11 of 16, though, so far today.
And didn't we promise you? It's what we talked about earlier, that verticals play where you motion out that wheel route and you throw the high ball. Unfortunately for these players, when you're playing on this level of competition, our competitors are ready for that play. And if you've seen, there's been a lot of traffic on that pass when they have gone to it. But usually, more often than not, players aren't ready for that, and it has a high success rate, but not today.
Return here on the short kick by Dubby, and that will end the first half here. 10-10 ball game, Dubby versus Skimbo, and this is exactly what we were expecting, RG.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. When you got guys that are this close in skill, it's going to be a dogfight like this, AJ, and I cannot wait for the second half because we got ourselves a close ball game.
Absolutely. I mean, Dubby has looked very impressive on offense, considering he didn't love that draft he had on offense. Didn't get the playbook he wanted, but he's fighting hard right now. 10-10 ball game. With that, we got to go to our halftime. There's to you, Tyler.
All right, thanks, AJ. Yeah, you know, RG, like you said, no surprise. all of us here at the desk, not surprised one bit that this game is tied up 10-all. You know, Skimbo throwing the ball, we all know he does it. He's doing it well. On the other side, Dubby running like a madman. This is everything we thought it was going to be. Rico, what's your takeaway from the first half?
It's everything we thought it was going to be and more. We are in March Madness right now. These two heavyweights are slugging it out. 10-10, second half coming up. Gotta love it.
Oh, yeah. Zach, what do you think about this game so far?
I think both these guys are executing very, very well. There's a lot of reverse psychology going on in this game. It's, I know he's going to run this formation, therefore I'm going to run this formation. And there's been a lot of counters on both sides of the ball. Both these guys know what's going on, and I expect them to continue to make more adjustments in the second half.
Yeah, these guys know each other so well. But two competitors are also playing right now that we don't know that well because they're kind of new to the scene. There's some youngsters, but they're taking each other on right now. Stickwork taking on Joe Rice. Barles, let's take a look at these highlights.
I mean, that's Pitt's 15-yard touchdown. You see Joe Rice swagging across the middle. However, his opponent, Stickwork, came back down. And right now at the half, it's 13-7. Joe Rice with the lead. Both these guys, 2-18, two youngsters. They're looking at that other game. They got to be nervous, but all they can do is focus on this one if they want to move on.
Speaking of other games, we've got to talk to you guys about FIFA. FIFA's a lot of fun. And then you guys, the biggest FIFA competitive gaming event kicks off Season 2 on April 21st and 22nd. Watch the FUT Championship Series live from Vancouver, Canada. For more info, visit futchampionship.com. All right, so let's go ahead and get another pro tip from Dubby.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dubby. And my tip to become a better Madden player is always have confidence in yourself. No matter who you're playing or where you're playing, believe you can get the job done.
Dubby knows best. All right, so guys, we're about to get to the second half. Before we do, we want to send it to Darrelle, who's down with Skimbo right now. After we take a look at the match schedule, as you see, Skimbo, Dubby taking each other on right now. We are just getting through group play. All right, Darrelle, you are with Skimbo right now. Take it away.
Thanks, Tyler. Skimbo, I know that you didn't lab with Dubby after the Madden Bowl because you wanted to focus. So how would you assess your focus in this performance so far?
I've played great. I've executed greatly. I dropped a pick 6. I mean, the score's 10-10. I think it should be 14-3. So.
Off camera, I heard a lot of trash talk just now between you and Dubby. I know that's your boy, but just give some insight to the Madden community. What was the thing that he told you just now that really lit you up and really made you want to smash him down in the second half? Because I heard it, but I want you to say it.
There's nothing more he can say to light me up. He beat me in a big moment. I'm as light up as you'll ever see, to be honest. I can't let him beat me right now.
There you go. All right, let's send it to AJ and RG.
I just love watching those guys. They are so serious when you get into the game. If you see those guys off screen, off the field, so to speak, nothing but buddies. But right now, it is serious business, RG.
Serious business, and they are both carrying themselves like professionals, though, AJ. Though Skimbo is very fired up, and this game means a lot to him, you see how he's still calm, cool, and collective, and still focused at the task at hand. That's a mentality that a lot of people watching at home could take from Skimbo right there. For Dubby, I love the tip that we saw where he said you always have to be confident, and he's actually using that tip in this tournament, because though we said we've been doubting him a little bit because he wasn't thrilled with his draft, he's still been guaranteeing that he's going to win and staying confident in himself. So both of these guys truly handling themselves like champions and professionals.
Skimbo here starting the second half with the football. 37-yard line. Now looking at a 2nd and 7 after the completion. Terrell Pryor motioned outright on the delayed route. Colt McCoy rolling right.
Big play!
On the playmaker to Pryor. And Pryor hangs on to it. First down, big play downfield, brought down at the 18-yard line, RG. Huge play.
Yeah, Skimbo talked to us about this play. It's a corner strike play where he lets the corner route kind of sit at the sideline, rolls out to that side, and playmakers the receiver up the sideline to get behind the zone and throws it. When I talk playmaker, I'm talking about a mechanic where you hold the left trigger, the right trigger, and you move the right stick in the direction that you want to send the closest receiver. Right there, he sent that sideline receiver straight up, got behind the zone, and got a big gain because of it. Great execution by Skimbo.
See that with all of these high-level players using playmaker in their arsenal on a regular basis. Takes a lot of quick twitch skills to do it and do it right, do it well. Skimbo did it very well on that last play, but now looking at a 3rd and 5 after.
This could be 2-down territory too, AJ. You got to watch out for the run if you're Dubby. No, Skimbo's passing.
McCoy backpedaling, throwing to Johnson, and Johnson.
Wow.
Chad Johnson hanging onto the football for the touchdown. Skimbo taking the lead now.
And look at this pass, AJ, into a little bit of traffic. But if you're going to throw it into traffic, why not throw it to your legend, Chad Johnson, who's a specialist at catching the ball in traffic right there. Great utilization of personnel by Skimbo.
Skimbo there, as we hear him on the microphone saying shout out to Evil Ken. Evil Ken playing this week in the group stage. He will be playing tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to want to check him out. Evil Ken, known as one of the most dynamic and prolific offensive minds ever to step foot on the virtual gridiron. Really excited to see him on the big
This is a guy who doesn't get as much credit in the community as he probably should for inventing some of these plays and these schemes. But Skimbo shouting him out right there in the touchdown. 17-10 lead here for Skimbo. Dubby now throwing it into the flats to C.J. Anderson, who runs out of bounds at the 38.
That's really funny that Skimbo, you saw his defender dive on the floor and miss that big hit. That was that 94 Landon Collins that we talked about was going to be at cornerback. And coming into this game, let's watch this play first. Wow.
Big dot for Dubby.
Coming into this game, Skimbo told us, I'm going to give up the flats. But once they throw to the flats, I got this 96 hit power Landon Collins that I'm going to rally down with and try to lay a big hit. So things went as he thought they were going to go right there. Unfortunately for him, not able to execute the big hit, and then Dubby picks up a huge chunk of yardage on the next play.
Dubby with a great precision pass right there on the corner route. 1st and 10, he has another man. It's Brandon Cooks in the end zone. And just like that, Dubby's back on the scoreboard too.
Oh my goodness, there's no quit in Dubby, and that's frustrating if you're Skimbo. Right when you think you're trying to pull ahead of him and get the momentum of the game, Dubby says, slow it down, Skim. We got a dogfight. We're both elite. We're both top 10 players in the world, and let's go back to battle. Let's see how Skimbo responds.
Skimbo, no problem scoring on his last drive either. So this is an absolute bout. Look at this!
He called
Coleman, Tevin Coleman going to return this all the way to the end zone.
He called it! He's yelling at me! He's yelling at me! AJ, let me go to the notes real quick. We haven't mentioned it yet. One of the notes on Skimbo, RG, I guarantee you I will return a kick for a touchdown in this event. I have some of the best special team stick work in the nation. I don't think he's ever lied to me. Let's look at the kick return. Look at the Babe Ruth shot, because he called this one. What an animal.
Absolutely called it, and then he stands up out of his chair, gives you a little shout out. He says, hey, I told you, RG. I told you I was going to do it.
I just feel like a jerk for not saying it sooner. I would have looked brilliant. Sorry, Skim. What a man. He stuck to his word, though, huh? Jeez.
So Dubby now back behind by 7. Let's see if that Drake can help him back into this game.
That was huge, AJ. That was awesome. We're talking about Dubby answering right back. How about Skimbo answers back immediately?
How about we see some defense in this game right now? Both guys playing incredible offense. Another big play by Dubby.
With the stiff, and I'm not talking about last year's champion. He punched him right in the mouth after that catch, eh?
It took forever to develop. That time, Skimbo's defense did not get through, so Dubby with plenty of time, and he completes that pass down the sidelines, down at the 33-yard line. 1:48 remaining here in the third quarter. Dubby down by 7, completes this one over the middle. That is caught by Randy Moss for another first down.
If you're a new player, if you're a veteran player, if you're someone that's interested in competitive Madden, watch Dubby's pocket presence throughout this game. He is so good at stepping up, not keeping dropping back, and making the right read. I'm super impressed with Dubby's pocket presence, AJ, and that's something that's often overlooked in competitive Madden, and it's often the thing that could separate the men from the boys. A lot of people just like to drop straight back. That's not what you're supposed to do, AJ. Take a step back, read the pass rush, and then protect your quarterback. Dubby's doing an amazing job at that. See him step up right there?
Fantastic pocket presence, but that time he throws an interception.
Bad throw. The pocket presence was crispy. He looked like he was going to make it happen, and then an overthrow, and you saw the high pass on the replay, AJ. That's the risk with it. He went to the high pass, threw it over his receiver. In that situation, you just need to slang it in there. No high pass, and you probably got a touchdown. Worst case scenario, an incomplete. Went for the gusto, ends up with an interception. Skimbo with a chance for serious momentum.
Yeah, we see Skimbo there saying it would have been an interception regardless. He knows Dubby's complaining about that high pass, but Skimbo thinks it was just a bad pass in general and a bad read. He throws that interception, so Skimbo will now take over at the 10-yard line with the 7-point lead.
And this is a key defensive series for Dubby. Skimbo responds and forces a turnover. Let's see if Dubby can get this momentum right back. They've been going back and forth all game long. Here's a chance for Skimbo to run away for it, or here's a chance for Dubby to stand up for himself and keep it a dogfight.
The completion there to Tevin Coleman is the 91 overall Elite NFL Playoff Edition. Tevin Coleman with the grab. Plenty of time here for Colt McCoy, throwing it out of bounds though, as nobody was open.
There's the defense we needed from Dubby right there. He needs to stand up for himself. And good decision by Skimbo, like we talked about earlier, to not get greedy and throw the ball away to live to fight another down. If you want to know how to throw the ball away, you just got to click in that right stick with the quarterback.
Nice pressure there from the left side by Dubby, but it is complete again to Tevin Coleman. And Tevin Coleman has been the star of this ball game, catching passes for Skimbo and returning that kick for the touchdown.
Yep, you see Skimbo, he's saying, I've been saving that play for you too. And sometimes that's what you need to do. 222 yards and 3 touchdowns for Mike Skimbo. And I'm not surprised. This kid is known as being one of the most prolific passers in all of Madden for the last several years. This is what we expect from Skimbo at this point, AJ. Dubby needs to make something happen on defense.
Hold up your fours, fourth quarter now. Virgil Green with the grab on the right side. And he is brought down at the 46, 2nd and 5 now.
And Skimbo isn't a stat hoarder. He says he's more than willing to throw the ball away, to take his sacks. His key to winning is not turning the ball over, and he's done a fantastic job of that thus far. Look at that, 19 for 25, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, AJ. That's a prolific ball game through the air, and especially going up against the #1 seed in the country in Dubby. Wow.
Is the fact that we're playing draft champions affecting Dubby at all? We know Dubby finally made a live finals in Mutt's salary cap, but you know, a lot of people were surprised. He did really well in draft champions and got all the way here.
Nah, he's been playing draft champions to prepare for this tournament. They're both playing the same game. They're both playing the same mode. No excuses. Dubby's not the type of guy to give you excuses either. The thing that's frustrating to him right now is that last play, that last run that Skimbo had, got Skimbo into field goal range. So the situation we're in now, AJ, is Skimbo is going to take his time. You see how there's only 4 seconds on that play clock right there? He's going to milk that play clock as much as he can. He's going to slow the game down as much as he can right now, and he's going to be content with taking as much clock as he can and taking 3 to make it 2 possessions. The most important thing here is that he kills as much clock as possible and ends this drive at least up 2 possessions. He is in prime position to win this game, AJ.
In Madden terms, you might call this the 4-minute drill here by Skimbo. As he runs that chew clock, you can do that too. As you see it on the play selection screen, you can select chew clock and chew up extra time.
And though this game may feel like it's all in Skimbo's favor, something to keep in mind is when we were at the Madden Ball, you heard Rico talk about it in the pregame. Skimbo was in this situation before. He was up 10 with 2 minutes to go in the game, and Dubby found a way to come back and win. So we know Dubby's more than capable of coming back to win this game. He's done it before.
If anybody is capable of doing it, it is definitely Dubby. And he knows he's done it. He also has 2 more games ahead of him, so you can't let anything end your Madden Challenge career right now.
That's a bit.
And look at that. Skimbo's just going to take a knee there with his running back.
Smart. It looked like he could have got the first down, which would have put Dubby away. Instead, he avoids the big hit, and he's just going to rely on hitting this field goal to make it 2 possessions, and Dubby with no more timeouts, which means Dubby, to win this game, will need an onside kick.
Need an onside kick and a quick score here with only 1:38 remaining.
Skimbo is just so impressive. He is one of the most consistent Madden players I have ever seen, AJ. And I've been watching competitive Madden for over a decade. But this kid's consistency is just so impressive. And to do it at the tier of competition that he does it at, it's just remarkable.
See a lot of these kicks just shy of the end zone, trying to force these guys. It's kind of a Patriots move, forcing them to return the football. That time he cannot make it to the 25, so it works out. 23-yard line now is where Dubby will start his drive. Down by 10. You see it right there on the scoreboard. Skimbo doing a great job in this game. That interception is looking like the key to this ball game so far. There's the grab by Randy Moss for a first down, though, so Dubby starts his drive okay.
Did you see how Dubby picked up that overload blitz from the right, stepped to the left, and threw his guy open? See, even though he's losing by 10 points, this kid's going to be a force to be reckoned with. This man's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this tournament, AJ, because he is a real deal Madden player. I think he's just running into a juggernaut that is Skimbo.
Skimbo has been so consistent. You almost think of him, I mean, we would call him a Madden veteran at this point, at least in the Madden Championship Series. That ball I thought was incomplete. Finally, it hits the ground.
And Dubby,
it will be an incomplete pass.
Dubby 15 for 20 passing the ball. That one overthrow on the high pass, that could have been a touchdown, being a huge difference in this game. But Dubby's looked quite good on offense besides that bad throw. But sometimes it's just the difference of one play that can make the difference in these games.
The absolute backbreaker in this one, that kickoff return, RG taught me through this one. Tevin Coleman.
This is the Babe Ruth shot, as I like to call it. Skimbo told me yesterday, I'm going to return a kick, RG. Guarantee it. There it was. And if you're going to return one, why not return it against the champion who you're looking for revenge against?
Skimbo, the 25-year-old from Claremore, Oklahoma. I've got his hometown memorized, seeing him so many times in these tournaments. There's a deep throw downfield. Looking for Larry Fitzgerald. Dubby cannot hang on to it.
No points. Come on.
No points. And see what Skimbo's saying. He knows the point differential comes into play, so he doesn't want to give up any points. And also, you don't want to let Dubby get into field goal range, because a tactic Madden players like to do in this situation is get into field goal range, kick the field goal right away, even if it's first down, and then go for the onside kick.
Especially if you know you need the onside kick either way. Might as well try and get those 3 points out of the way. Pressure off the right side, big pressure, and that will end the drive for Dubby. An absolute screamer on Derek Carr, and Dubby is not going to win this one.
Wow.
Skimbo, 27-17. He's going to take a knee in the best formation in football, the victory formation, RG.
Wow, the weight that just got lifted off of Skimbo's shoulders, waiting months and months for this moment, and then to put it together and execute and get the job done, you have to respect Skimbo. I think my new nickname for him is the professional, AJ, because that's all he does. He's so consistent, he handles his business, and he is for sure one of the best Madden players in the world.
Yeah, Skimbo, you know, told us beforehand, he respects everybody in this group. But I think he obviously was more afraid of Dubby. With that, we're going to throw it to Drea. She's got both our competitors.
Thanks, AJ. Well, this rivalry is what Madden is all about. That's what sports is all about. Skim, congratulations. You got the revenge you were looking for. Just describe your emotions and what that revenge feels like right now.
I mean, it feels good. Like I said, ever since he beat me, I put it in my calendar. You know, I mean, he's been on the list. I mean, so I finally got it done. But honestly, I can't hype it up too much. Got 2 more games to play. I'm just trying to get to the final 8.
Well, I've been watching you, and I know how zoned in and focused you are. He brings out something in you that I don't see when you face anybody else. Describe that fire.
That's why he's my boy. He brings out something I need. Like, honestly, him, Boogs, they're my boys. Like, if it wasn't for them, I don't know if I'd be so antsy right now. So I always have that inner, emotion. But honestly, I give him a lot of credit. I give people back home like Duke a lot of credit. And I stole a play from Evil Ken or Books, whoever wants to claim it, for a touchdown. I mean, there's a lot of people that get a lot of credit for this right here.
All right, Dub. Well, as we turn to you, you came up short on this end of the rivalry. But overall, what does this rivalry mean to you? We love watching it. What does this guy mean to you? And just everything as far as the levels rising when y'all play each other.
That's any competitor. When you play your friend or you play somebody that's considered the best, you always, bring the best to the game, And I wasn't able to get it done today, but, you got to forget about that and move on to the next game. Still got an opportunity to play him again on Sunday.
All right, well, congratulations, guys. We love watching this rivalry. I know Rico and Tyler and Zach, everyone does, so let's send it to you guys.
All right, thanks, Drea. We certainly do.